Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-55, the French Tier 9 SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Malinovka. And this one is under the command of the Bassman from Hell. Yes, you've seen him before, and this time he's in a French Arty, and battle has commenced. Now this is a 155mm howitzer on what was supposed to be an M47 chassis. They didn't actually go ahead and produce the Bat Châtillon 155-55, but they did build a prototype to test it out, but it never got approved for production. Now it's quite a fast little Arty, one of the fastest in the game. But it's also got something very, very useful. It's got a swivel turret, which means that you can point the vehicle in any direction and shoot in any other direction that you so like. And he's aiming downwind, or downrange I should say. An OHO was seen at that position. Normally I'd go for those bushes by the lake because that's a first class spotting position for the enemy. And there's normally somebody silly enough to actually go into those bushes and you can score a hit straight away. Obviously they go there to spot our team, and in doing so to try and capture a load of spotting points. But Bassman's holding on to his shells for the moment. He's got 36 rounds of standard HE. He's got a 16.2 second reload according to this. Or is it? No, it's not 16.2 seconds, sorry. It's a little bit longer than that. There's the OHO. Round out. Oh, direct hit. 237 hit points. Hit him on the front. Reload is underway. It's 25 seconds on his reload. He's not running premium consumables. Normally it'd be coffee and croissant. But he's going after that Object 263 now. Still in sight. Probably won't be for very much longer though. Yep, disappeared from sight, but the round's out anyway. And he got a direct hit because there was no explosion, so we know he hit the target. Definitely got a direct hit there, no problem at all. Okay, we're looking towards the hill now, which is at the far east side of the map. There's an Emil 1 there. And there was another tank behind him as well. Now we're lining up on that Emil, but we need to work out where he's going to go next. So Bassman's fired behind. Oh my god, he worked it out perfectly. 761 hit points on that Emil 1. The shell went straight into his side. Must have done maximum damage. Knocked out crewman, possibly even his ammo rack. That's a huge hit on the side of that heavy. His team will be very happy with that shot. Now we've got a problem. This is a Progetto 46 and he's popped up on this little ramp. And that ramp means he can spot enemy tanks, or his tanks rather, or his team's tanks, up on the hill as well as in the local vicinity. So that is a tank that he really does need to get rid of fairly quickly. Luckily he does have an LTTB nearby, and that LTTB is a Unicum player. So there's a good chance that he will be able to deal with that Progetto if he pops up over the ridgeline. In the meantime, we've got a T-92. That's an American light tank, a Tier 8 premium light tank. I've got one of these. They're actually quite good fun. They've got a good reload. They're nippy. They're also fairly stealthy. So well worth getting one of them. No, unfortunately that round just hits the rock, so we don't get any joy off that. But he's going for the Progetto 46 that's on the hill. There's two Progettos on the enemy team, and we're looking at the one on the hill, and he's backing away. I think he's fired his 3 shots and he's looking to escape. Bassman lines him up for a shot, trying to work out where he's going to go, and round out. No, he got that, well, a little late, but he still picked up 119 splash off that one. And there's a T-26E4. He's rapidly retreating back down the hill. I think he is actually facing the other way around now. Or is he? No, was he reversing? Well, Bassman's trying to line up a shot on him. Found him. Right, round out. Oh! Got him. 312 hit points from that and 201 immediately afterwards. So he's picked up some stun assist there. And the Emil that he hit earlier is now using that rock for cover. But if he stays there, he is going to get smacked. There's the 263 that Bassman hit earlier. And he's moving very slowly. And he's also being very predictable. Round out. Oh, a bit late again, I think. You need a bit more lead on the target to get it exactly right. There's that Progetto again. He popped up. He's on the ramp. It's an incredibly difficult shot because what you're trying to do is drop a shell into a dip. And that means the aim point is very, very narrow indeed. Almost too narrow. In fact, actually, if you've got a shallow firing gun, I should say, like the Bat Châtillon 155-55, it can be incredibly difficult to try and drop a shell into that dip. Virtually impossible, actually. As you can see, at this moment, he's aiming, and the shell would impact the ground at the lip of the dip. So he's not going to get the shell into the dip at all. It'll just impact at the top. But we have got a target we can hit. There's a Striv S1. Round out straight away. Oh, well, he stunned them. He stunned the Striv, but the Striv is now in the dip as well. But he can fire at the top of the dip, and the Progetto is at the top at the moment. Now, if those two tanks are going to use that position, the Striv is going to have to come up to the top of the dip to fire. Because, of course, he's got no turret. So he can't pop up, turn his turret, and pop down again. Now, we just lost our Object 704 to the T92. Lining up a shot on that corner. We can splash the T92. It's very lightly armoured, so he could do a lot of damage to that T92 by near miss. Now, more than likely, the T92 was still there, covering that corner. We're almost reloaded. Now, the team are coming down from the hill again. Unfortunately, our team's not doing too well. We're 4 tanks down at the moment. There's an AMX 1390. We're waiting for the turret to swivel around. It has. We're dialing in. Round out. Now, I'm not sure what happened there. I think we did hit something because there was no full explosion from 155. Either it hit the cliff face or it did hit one of the targets. Now, the Striv has come up to shoot, so I think he's around about there. So, Bassman's holding that aim, shooting, and he hit the Striv! He definitely hit the Striv. There was no explosion there, so the Striv is definitely in that, at the top of the rise to shoot. And as a consequence, he took the shell. Now, we're reloading. We've got a convoy coming up the from the south. Now, that's a tank that was devised, or a tank destroyer that was devised to deal with the IS-3. It's a very heavy gun on, I think it was a Centurion chassis, and that round went long, landed in the water. Okay, he's going to have to relocate, I think, because if he stays where he is, the convoy is headed this direction. The only defense is a Whizzing 120. Okay, he's putting something between him and the convoy. Bit of cover. He's dialing in on the convoy. Convoy's the more dangerous threat at the moment. That and the T92. T92 just took a hit. Round out. Oh, no. Landed short. Again. Unfortunate. Can't be helped. Now, those other shells were coming in from the from another side. In fact, we've got an FCM coming down the hill. Got Oho coming up the dip. A Progetto's made his way around, and he's very, very close. So Bassman's having to get himself in the trees as quickly as he can. And he's now changing the orientation of his vehicle. And hopefully that's so he can get an escape route as soon as if the enemy does close in. Okay, going for the convoy. Dialing in, working out where he's going to be, and he's going to hit the side. If he hits the side, he'll slow down. Round out. Got a hit! Yeah, if a vehicle bunches up against the side of the map, it restricts their ability to maneuver. And so you ought to take advantage of that. they can't move fast if they're right up against the edge of the map. And if they were trying to keep moving in one direction outside the map, it will actually slow them down. So, because it acts as a barrier. Round out on the convoy again. Oh, it goes long. So always look, if you can, for a vehicle that's at the side of the map, because then they're going to be restricted in their ability to maneuver. Going for the convoy again. Almost loaded. 6 seconds. Round out straight away. Direct hit. 322 hit points. Long stun as well. And the convoy's taken down, so he's picked up the stun assist. We're actually doing quite well now, because we're only 2 tanks down. We were 4 tanks down at one point. Now we're, unfortunately, we're 3 tanks down, because we just lost the Whizzing 120. It's 2 Arty and a heavy versus all of the enemy team. And there's 6 tanks on the enemy team. There's an FCM 50s within visual range. And we shotgun him for 245. Now, Bassman should be moving at this point to try and get out of there, because he can't withstand a shell from that FCM. The FCM doesn't seem to be paying him any attention. So it's allowing him to reload. The Progetto's seen him, and oh, he's been hit. He's been hit. And the game's over. The Progetto got him in the end. That's unfortunate. It was just too many tanks to deal with. 6 versus 3. And they were all closed into one small area, so it was inevitable in the end, I suppose. Well, it was the second-class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the Bat Chat 155-55. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle overall. And, of course, a Confederate medal, because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other team members. You could see there the number of enemy that he hit but didn't kill. But he certainly did enough damage to enable his teammates to kill them. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, he came top of the table on damage, 4,189 hit points, and that's considerably more than 1,000 more than the highest scorer on the enemy team, which was their GW Tiger, would you believe it? He didn't get any kills, which puts him down the table there. But when it comes to base XP, he was right at the top of the table for his own team, 557. Of course, because he was on the losing team, he gets less XP than the winning team. And the highest score on the winning team was the Progetto that actually did finally kill him, who managed to get 1,103 XP altogether. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, Bassman fired 17 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 7 penetrations, 5 splash, damage of 4,189 hit points, of which 3,944 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the difference is that FCM, who was incredibly close when he hit him. He received 2 hits, 2 penetrations. Unfortunately, he was shot twice in close succession by the enemy. Progetto getting the kill. He hit damaged 10 of the enemy. 2/3 of the enemy team were hit by him during that battle. He did 54 hit points of damage assistance and 1,636 hit points of stun assist off 13 shots, or 13 stuns, I should say. On a premium account, he earned 49,731 credits, and because he managed to get an epic medal, he gets the Courageous Resistance Award, which bumps up his score to match that of the winning team, so he gets an extra 5,183 credits, and after ammunition resupply and repair, he's left with 22,001 credit. He also received 7 bonds because of the Gore's medal, the High Caliber, and the Confederate, and because it was at tier 8. He earned, in fact tier 9, sorry I should say, because the Bat Chat 155 is a tier 9 Arty. He earned 835 XP, also got Courageous Resistance Award there as well for 484, bringing up a total of 1,320 experience points altogether. A pretty good round. It's just a pity that the rest of the team couldn't hold out. The win rate for that battle was 3,483, so it just goes to show how much the Bassman from Hell was working during that battle. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.